Do we really need to see the good in everything, or has the term toxic positivity resulted in us feeling shame or guilt for normal human emotions? Welcome or welcome back. I'm Lindsay Atkinson. Make sure you are subscribed with your notification bell turned on down below, and let's go ahead and dive right in. There is something that has really been bothering me lately, and it bothers me even more to know that there were periods when I was a part of this problem. And that's just a part of growth, is recognizing when we are in toxic patterns or unhealthy patterns that may be contributing to hurting people or even hurting ourselves, and finding a way to fix that and rewrite that. Now, we all love positivity. We all love to be happy. Who doesn't love to feel bliss and joy and love and just confidence? That is amazing, and I want you to be happy and I want you to have wonderful days. But can that be pushed too far? I think it's incredible and resilient when someone goes through a hard time and then works hard to feel better after that, goes through something tough and comes out even stronger. I think that is beautiful. But what happens when we go through things and we blame it on ourselves? We feel as if we manifested that horrible thing into our life, especially when it's something like a trauma that someone else did to us, or we are made to feel ashamed if we ever have a negative emotion. The answer is yes. Toxic positivity is a thing. Psychologists are starting to call it out. I'm going to read you the exact definition. So it says toxic positivity is a mental state where we push ourselves and others to only show positive emotions, and we start to react to negative emotions with shame or guilt. So just as your positive emotions are very valid, so are your negative ones. All emotions are valid. We have to find a way to stop seeing emotions as good or bad and realize that they are data. Emotions are our guides to what is going on in our life. It is your body, your natural response to let you know what you like and what you don't like in the world, if something's safe or dangerous, if something's meant for you or not. Psychologists themselves have actually said that toxic positivity is a sugar-coated form of gaslighting. It operates on the idea that any challenge can be overcome only if you embrace a positive mindset. It essentially takes away the validity of a person's genuine feelings out from underneath them and makes them feel responsible for all of their own situations. Now, yes, we are responsible for a lot of things in our lives, but what about unexpected trauma? If someone breaks up with you, is it always your fault? If you are raped, is that your fault? When children are starving, is it their fault? When someone encounters a hate crime, something with racism, sexism, someone who's homophobic, is it their fault? Did they bring that on themselves? No. And when someone goes through something tough, maybe even a death in the family, and they are met with phrases of just be positive, look on the bright side, it makes them feel as if their sad emotion isn't valid and they can't express that. There is a time and place for positivity, and I would say for most people it is 80 to 95% of the time, but there are always losing seasons. We all have winning seasons and losing seasons, winning periods, losing periods, when good things happen and when bad things happen. That is how life works. It is a very entitled, privileged statement for someone to say that life is only good if you picture it to be good, and if you picture anything bad or have any thoughts that your life will be bad. That is a privileged statement, because some of us cannot control the things that happen to us in life. I have actually had people in the self-help community basically tell me that if I wasn't being negative back when I was younger, that I wouldn't have been in the situations I was in and I wouldn't have been raped. That is the most disgusting way to react to someone who has been sexually assaulted. So when you deny your emotions, they actually become bigger because you don't allow them to process. So they kind of just get pushed down and bottled up. And what happens when you bottle something up and you keep pushing more in, they burst. If you don't allow an emotion to process, it is just gonna sit and wait until you do. I always try and tell myself that it's okay to have an emotion, but it's also okay not to choose to live in it. Meaning, if I have a bad day and I get upset, something happens, I'm angry, I let myself feel it, and then I work towards feeling better. That way I felt it, I processed it, and I moved on. Have you ever had something bad happen? Maybe it was even something simple and small, like, you scratched your car on the side of the road that morning, you're just angry, but you try to not let it ruin your day, and you just keep kind of pushing it away like it's not that big of a deal, it's okay, don't think about it, and you keep trying to be happy, but deep down you just feel something that just feels like it bothers you in your stomach. Let me know in the comments, put a heart if this has been you, because it has absolutely been me. What usually happens? You end up letting it out later, and maybe it comes out worse, and then you just overall feel worse, but then let me know in the comments if this is you. You let yourself have a cry, or you yell on your pillow, and then what happens? you feel better. You feel better. There are so many times when I'm like frustrated or sad and something's not going my way and I'm like, suck it up, Lindsay, you don't have the right to be upset, and I try and push it away and push it away, and then eventually I break down, I get a bag of chips, I cry on the couch, and then I feel better. I feel like I took control of my emotions, I took my power back by letting that cry out, and I feel stronger because you were allowing yourself to process those emotions, move on from them, and heal. And because of that, you can experience true happiness. We have to change that cycle and tell people and allow people to truly be themselves. Now, I am not telling you that you have to be the person that lets all of your friends burden you with their negative emotions. That is not what I'm saying. It's okay. I'm not telling you by not being toxically positive that you have to be everyone's therapist. Not at all. Just don't go to your friends. Don't go to yourself. Don't let other people come to you and make you feel as if your emotions are not okay. Now, there is a difference of healthy acknowledgement of your negative emotions and victim mode. Victim mode is not okay. You don't want to have a sad emotion and feel like that is all you will ever have and that you can't work on it or fix it. That is called victim mode. I'm gonna put this graphic up on the screen that I feel like describes the difference between healthy acknowledgement of your emotions and victim mode perfectly. Studies are now showing that 1 in every 4 people suffers from a mental illness, and that 53% of people are undiagnosed. Why? Because they are afraid that their emotions will be seen as weaknesses. They want to pretend everything's okay. Reminder, mental health and mental illness are different, but everyone has mental health. Just like physical health, everyone has mental health. And if you don't take care of your physical health, it can result in a physical illness. If you don't take care of your mental health, it can result in a mental illness. You could have a mental illness or be struggling with mental health issues and have no idea because you are afraid to be seen as weak. When someone tells you that you don't have an issue and you're making it up, it takes away that opportunity for you to go seek help. Not victim shame and victim blame, and I hate that. That is one of my problems with the fact that anyone can be an expert on the internet. And this might ruffle some feathers, but I'm gonna tell you, there's a few things. One, I love law of attraction. I believe in the law of attraction, but I do believe there are a lot of people that promote it in the wrong way. So when I see people say, like, if you're in any bad situation, you put yourself there, you manifested that, any situation you're in, you put yourself in that, because I feel like when people say that, they do have good intentions, but they are forgetting that there are people that are in situations that did not put themselves there. In the way I believe it, it's like if you have a really positive mindset and you visualize your goals, your brain is going to actively seek out those things. It's gonna start looking for those things and looking for opportunities. But that doesn't mean if someone mugs you tomorrow that you manifested that. No, honey, no. We cannot control what other people do to us. We can only control how we react and respond. So if someone does something to you, you are a victim of a crime, and then you get to process that however it feels best to you, and then you get to react by building yourself up stronger. The thing is, by me telling you that you're allowed to have bad days, it's not because I want you to have a bad life, it's because I want you to have the best life possible. And I know that there is beauty in allowing yourself to feel things. I have been able to find purpose, this makes me tear up, purpose from my pain because I've processed that pain. And if I just pushed it away and pretend it never happened, it would always be this big burden on my shoulders. And you are not a burden. I am not a burden. By me feeling sad that someone took my virginity from me, or that my mom told me she hated me my whole life, I'm not a burden. I'm accepting that some shitty things happened to me, and then I get to feel better because I overcame that and I built a beautiful life for myself. And you can do the exact same thing. And if anyone ever comes to you and tells you, suck it up, it could be worse, you should just smile, change your mindset and everything. Now, I love mindsets. I use mindset shifts for a lot of things, but it doesn't work for everything. It does not work for physical things that we cannot control that other people do to us. It's just the truth. But what I'm saying is, if someone comes to you and they are being toxically positive, you don't have to call them a gaslighter. But in your head, you could remind yourself that someone who is telling you that your reality isn't yours and they try and warp your reality, they are unintentionally gaslighting you. That is seen as a serious issue in the psychology world. And you can tell them, hey, I understand that you may be uncomfortable with my emotions. I don't have to tell them to you. I'm sorry if you weren't ready for me to talk about this with you, but please don't make me feel as if my emotions are not valid, because they are. All emotions are valid. Instead of good vibes only, All vibes are welcome. I love you guys so much, and I just want this to be a safe space for you to feel whatever it is you need to feel, and that for you to heal and be happy and loved and feel worthy and validated, because I love you. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed, notifications turned on, and like that thumbs up button down below. If you want to see me every single day, which might be too much, my Instagram is linked down below, where I literally post every single day. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.